A nerve-wracking incident happened to a male Twitch streamer broadcasting live from real life at night.
Called.
Is that a camera?
Yeah, it's a camera.
What are you doing with that camera?
I'm live streaming.
What does that mean?
I'm streaming to the internet.
Oh.
Have you heard that before?
During his broadcast, as he was walking through the neighborhood, a woman suddenly approached him with a seemingly strange question. This interaction caused discomfort and made the male streamer aware of the situation around him.
How about, do you know what's in Koreatown?
What was that?
Do you know what's in Koreatown?
Do I know which in Koreatown?
No. Koreatown that became Latino town? Do you know what is in Korea?
The woman continues to ask questions, making the atmosphere even more tense. The male streamer's response looks rather uncomfortable.
No, I'm not sure what the answer is.
MS gun! MS-13, baby!
Okay.
This is my territory. Korean?
The woman finally reveals her identity as an MS-13 gang member in a tense tone. The male streamer immediately recognizes the unsafe situation and leaves the area. On October 3rd, 2013, just before noon at around 11:26 a.m., a disturbing event in the Podil district of Kiev was caught on a civilian car's dash cam. The driver was going about his business when his camera captured this shocking moment. Two nearby surveillance cameras also recorded the incident. Due to the busy roads at that time, traffic was moving slowly. Suddenly, two cars without license plates, one of them a Porsche Panamera, blocked a seat car. Unknown gunmen got out of their cars, armed with automatic weapons, and began shooting at the seat car.
Porsche Panamera. Ё-моё. Смотри, когда убегает вон туда, красный. Рубашка.
Thankfully, the hostage inside managed to escape.
Ничего себе. Без номеров был Porsche.
On a quiet night in Round Rock, the situation in a convenience store suddenly becomes tense. Three people wearing suspicious clothing enter the store with a purpose different from that of a regular shopper. In the CCTV footage captured, one of them, with his face covered, walked straight up to the cashier and pointed a gun at the store owner. This situation caused panic for the store owner at the time. Meanwhile, his two colleagues quickly grabbed the items they had targeted. The perpetrators had the items they wanted and fled the scene in no time. On the first day of 2018, chaos erupted on the M5 highway in Ulyanovsk. Traffic was moving smoothly until police staged an accident, causing a sudden halt. Drivers passed cautiously, unaware of the unfolding drama.
Смотрю в ночь. Удачи, Балу. Удачи, Дэн. Чтобы все было хорошо. Удачи, Дэн.
The whole incident was captured on a truck's body cam that was following closely behind. As the truck driver continued down the road, staying calm due to the slow traffic, an Ash saloon car and another truck ahead became involved in the scene, with the saloon car caught between them. Suddenly, near what seemed like an accident site, the truck ahead encountered police, slowing down. This forced the salon car, with the suspect inside, to stop. The police swiftly moved in and arrested the suspects. It was a sunny day at a gas station when an unexpected event occurred, turning the atmosphere into tension and drama. A female driver argues with another woman at the gas station. The woman outside the car throws an angry rock at the driver's car, triggering an emotional response from the driver. The female driver decides to plan her reaction carefully. In a tense moment, the driver performs an unexpected stunt.
Yeah! You dumbass! You dumbass!
After the incident at the gas station, the female driver leaves the scene in a huff. However, she is in for a surprise. The woman was involved in an accident that caused her car to flip over, ending this showdown. In this footage, Russian police from the North Caucasus Federal District carried out a special operation to arrest 3 members of a kidnapping and extortion gang. The whole scene was recorded on a body cam.
Все, работаем!
Работаем!
It was a carefully planned arrest, where the criminals were trapped in what seemed like a regular traffic stop. The group's 48-year-old leader from Moscow got away and is now on the run. The rest were caught and charged with banditry, facing up to 15 years in prison. On the ordinarily bustling streets of West Baltimore, a sudden commotion became the center of people's attention. A group of young people are gathered together. They seem to look curiously in the same direction, suggesting something is happening in the distance. As the car passes close to the crowd, an unexpected scene unfolds. A dramatic chase occurred on the street, with a police car trying to catch up with another vehicle. The incident became the focus of the crowd's attention. Crossing the area again, the police patrol regularly, showing their efforts to maintain security. However, the bustling area also indicates that without the police presence, the possibility of crime may increase. On December 20th, 2018, something shocking happened at this jewelry shop around 12:15 p.m. 2 unexpected visitors showed up with a plan to rob the place in broad daylight. Check this out.
Девочки, оружие, на кнопочку ничего не нажимают. Встали быстренько, встали. Руки вверх.
These 2 criminals, aged 46 and 45, executed their heist quickly and smoothly, as if they knew every corner of the store.
Нет. Нет ключей. Так. Стоим так.
It turned out that one of the robbers was actually an employee in the store's security department. In the middle of the night, a 15-year-old girl feels an overwhelming fear. Suddenly, she is chased by a group of thugs who threaten her with baseball bats, creating a tense atmosphere. With her heart pounding, the girl tries to escape and jumps over the park wall in a desperate attempt to save herself. Dramatic footage shows her hiding, waiting for the right moment to escape the oncoming threat. After waiting for the right moment, the girl manages to escape the initial threat. Although the girl eventually managed to escape, she was later attacked and taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The city of Sverdlovsk has recently turned into a center for a new kind of crime. In Yekaterinburg, during 2021 alone, there were numerous reports of well-trained teams of thieves breaking into stores at night. They spend no more than 3 minutes grabbing goods and disappearing. These swift robberies mainly target cigarettes, which are light, small, and valuable.
Реагирование. А товаром этим почти исключительно всегда становятся сигареты. Ну что, весят всего ничего, места занимает мало.
In the early morning of May 19th, 2 people stole cigarettes worth 59,000 rubles from a store. Then, just a couple of days later, on May 21st, the CCTV at a store on Tchaikovskogo 80 caught another theft.
27 апреля в половине 4 утра грабится магазин. И нет нужды по старинке рисовать, например, черную кошку, как вместе встреч.
This time, thieves made off with 69,000 rubles worth of goods, including a surveillance monitor.
Вот, например, хроника одной только недели, начиная с прошлой среды, одной только торговой сети имени одной модной и юной певички.
In the middle of the crowded city of Chicago, a group of people live a daily life full of tension and courage.
Oh, see, look, pulling up, hey now.
Who we got over here? Who is this?
In an unspecified location, Chicago's gangs are seen having a conversation. One of the gang members shows an object that is very important to them.
I don't want to get nobody. If you want me to show it, I'll show it, but I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Okay.
And that's how it is out here every day. That's how
Okay.
shit for us.
The next moment, a group of men gather in front of a house. One of them displays a large object that suggests that weapons are essential to their group identity and power.
Drake with a drum. Drake, yeah, Drake with a drum. Fit. We gonna toe the pipe. It better be something big like this. This shit real. This shit real.
Y'all ain't playing.
When night falls, the gangs rush to their headquarters. They remember to show off their weapons, demonstrating courage and steadiness in their threatening identities. While two elderly women were shopping and checking the prices of jewelry, something unexpected happened. At 11:40 on September 25, 2013, in the quiet city of Nizhnogorsky, Crimea, three masked men burst into the Golden Calf jewelry store. It was a terrifying moment, as the victims were threatened with harm if they didn't cooperate. The robbers wielded a gun, axe and hammer, shattering display cases and stealing gold worth 1 million hryvnias in just minutes. The frightened salesperson and customers couldn't recognize the robbers. Witnesses only saw a car speeding away. Crimean police immediately started a manhunt. A few hours later, they spotted a car that matched the description in Simferopol. The robbers tried to flee, but were caught. Inside the car, police found the stolen jewelry. These men, both 24 years old with criminal records, now face up to 15 years in prison. On a quiet night, an unexpected incident occurs at a drug dealer's home, illustrating why selling drugs in a private residence is not a wise idea.
Don't do that for me, dog. I need about 50. Man, it's too late, man, in the night, man. Man, gonna give me...
The doorbell camera captures when an agitated man approaches his plug door at 3 a.m. His facial expression reflects an urgent desire.
Don't turn on me now, big dog. I need you. Man, get off my porch, man. Bye. I'm trying to get away, cuz.
Clearly annoyed by the midnight intrusion, the homeowner firmly rebuffs the man. Finally, the man leaves empty-handed. In the middle of the night, three masked thieves dressed in black broke into a jewelry store in Stavropol, Russia. Armed with sledgehammers and other tools, they smashed display cases and grabbed treasures worth thousands of dollars. They moved quickly, heading straight for the shelves and taking as much as they could. In less than a minute, they were gone. During the investigation, it was revealed that there were actually 7 thieves involved, but only 3 were caught on camera during this robbery. The group operated in 4 regions, including Stavropol, and stole jewelry worth 29 million rubles, which is about $337,000. In the silence of the deserted land, an action is about to be carried out by a group of people.
Hey, y'all didn't say our name. I ain't saying cold by y'all nigga. That shit.
A member of the group gets out of the car with a gun in his hand.
We're gonna do the Micro Draco. Micro Draco versus the Helper versus the full size AK. You know, we see who's super fast.
They prepare to demonstrate their skill with their chosen weapons. They stand ready as they stare at their targets. After the action, the group members look happy and laugh happily. They seem pleased with their performance and proud of their growing marksmanship. During summer months, particularly around June, Russia experiences long days and short nights. In big cities like Moscow, daylight lasts over 17 hours. In the north, there's a magical time called white night, when the sun barely sets and it stays twilight all night. But on this day, on one highway in Russia, something even more shocking happened.
Нихера себе, смотри. Разбил стекло. Смотри, смотри. Охуеть.
On April 2nd, 2021, around 11:43 p.m., a car's dash cam caught a bold robbery on the highway. The driver noticed a bit of traffic for no apparent reason and tried to switch lanes, only to see a robbery at gunpoint right in front of him.
Разбил стекло. МАМ 706-777.
The robbers quickly got into the car and sped away in the stolen black BMW.
МАМ 706-777, скажи.
In Coventry, 2019, a dramatic event shakes up a previously quiet neighborhood. On a sunny day, a suspicious car was seen driving past the house several times before finally stopping and carrying out the planned action. The keys to the Golf GTD were stolen from inside the house. Two of the group run to the car and accelerate, while the others try to break into the car. An alert person immediately recognizes the threat, starts the Range Rover, and parks it behind the stolen car. The panicked thief tries to get away with the stolen car when he sees the Range Rover behind him. The thief continues to try to get away from the oncoming Range Rover. The citizen begins to realize the worst, continues to try to swerve, and is finally able to escape with the stolen car. On the morning of March 25, 2016, a dramatic event occurred at 6828 North Florida Avenue, Tampa. In a dramatic scene, one of the suspects broke the front window of the main building. He quickly entered the office, and in an instant the box of car keys was in his hands. The next scene shows the suspects leaving the office and walking to the parking lot where their stolen car is waiting. They quickly get into their respective cars and prepare to flee with the 8 stolen vehicles. New Year's Eve on Detroit's West Side is unlike anything you're used to seeing anywhere else. When New Year's Eve rolls around, the skies on Detroit's West Side aren't filled with glowing fireworks. The locals have a unique way of celebrating the new year by firing guns into the sky as part of their tradition. While this may seem strange or frightening to some, it is their way of celebrating this special moment. A tragic incident in a London home will change the owner's life forever. On a London afternoon, a man and a woman carry out a well-planned stunt. With skill and expertise, they attempt to break into a car with the tools they brought. When the situation became clear, they started the car without arousing suspicion. The vehicle suddenly disappears from the front of the house, leaving the owner confused. At night in Detroit, a gas station witnesses an exciting event. A group of men enter the gas station and place an order with the attendant. However, one plans an unexpected action in the middle of the conversation.
That's mine, man. Oh, sit down. Keep turning.
While the shopkeeper is busy, the group member performs his shameful act on a seemingly worthless item.
Hey, man, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, dog. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. I'm a grown-ass man. Come around here and say that. Come around here and say that.
Unexpectedly, the atmosphere begins to heat up, and an argument is inevitable. The shopkeeper and the group of men have a heated discussion. Ultimately, the group left the store and caused no further trouble. These are OMON officers in action. They are part of Russia's special military police units. OMON is bigger and more well-known than SOBR, another special police group in the National Guard of Russia that we talked about earlier in the video. On this day, June 4th, 2014, these officers were working to arrest an extortion gang causing trouble in Russia, and that was quite successful for them. In Texas, a driver passes through an area and unexpectedly expresses discomfort.
Oh my god, that dude is tripping. She's tripping, bro.
The driver is treated to a tense scene on the way through this region. In the middle of the road, a confused-looking drunk woman stands and unexpectedly does something dangerous to passing motorists. The tense atmosphere in this region reminds drivers of the caution that must be maintained while traveling. Watch the moment that reveals a different side of a 17-year-old gangster.
As you can see right here, man, this 15 motherfucking...
Behind the tooth image and the challenging life lies a decision directly affecting his life. We see him showing off the 100,000 USD cash he carefully keeps in his closet.
95. I done lost count, but it's probably about 100,000 right here, man. It is 100,000.
The money is rubber banded and stored in a box at the bottom of the closet. In that pile of money is a life story that cannot be underestimated. Money is probably the result of many struggles and difficult decisions. This gripping video from a police body cam shows the arrest of a gang of masked robbers from Astrakhan. Three men were caught on video, luring 4 young people to remote places. They violently attacked them with fists, feet, and bats, taking their phones and money and causing great fear. One victim was even set on fire after being drenched in gasoline, but thankfully survived with burns. The gang filmed these terrible acts and shared the videos on a hidden online channel.
Предметов в качестве оружия с применением предметов, используемых в качестве оружия на местных лиц. Совершено преступление, а также в целях отыскания и изъятия предметов. Есть предметы, запрещенные в гражданском обороте.
The FSB and criminal security officers tracked them down, and the Russian National Guard made the arrest. Now, these men await trial, facing 8 to 15 years in prison, a hefty fine, and further restrictions. On a busy side street in Chicago, a cab driver witnesses the unusual behavior of a group of people on the street.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago, man. You know I'm coming.
In street footage, Chicago gang members move freely through the neighborhood. When a cab driver pulls up to the curb, a gang member jumps up and sits on the roof of the cab, regardless of the inconvenience to the driver.
You alright, hear me? Want some money? We do this.
The taxi driver's natural reaction is to honk his horn to express his discomfort. However, the group members did not accept the reprimand. Surveillance footage from a shop in Russia captured a dramatic scene. 2 robbers who had escaped a police operation earlier were being followed without their knowledge. Moments after entering the store, 2 undercover police officers rushed in to apprehend them. The arrest was swift and efficient. Events can happen at any time without warning. As on a supposedly quiet night in Maryland, a tragic incident occurred at a gun shop. In video footage from the Montgomery County Police Department, a pair of masked thieves enter the store carrying bags to store their stolen goods. Despite the loud alarm, the thieves continue to act quickly and in an organized manner. They take more than 24 firearms and stash them in their bags before fleeing the scene. Outside a quiet car park, a white van sat unnoticed. Suddenly, the doors burst open and police officers sprang into action, seizing 3 suspects in a flash. This was no ordinary arrest.
Okay.
The men were key players in an illegal arms trafficking ring in Kaluga. On February 27, 2024, the FSB of Russia struck hard. Officers confiscated an arsenal, 15 machine guns, 10 pistols, a rifle, and a machine gun. They also found over 100 weapon parts, 9 explosive devices, 3.5 kilograms of explosives, and extremist literature. A secret lab and workshop for making and upgrading weapons was shut down, ending a dangerous operation. One night in South Los Angeles, an event suddenly shook a Nike store in Watts. A group of unidentified teenagers suddenly entered the Nike store in Watts. They moved quickly and organized as if they had planned this action. Within minutes, they had made a quick grab for the merchandise. They left quickly, leaving the store in chaos and the security guards and customers confused. Although the action was quick, the Nike store lost 12,000 USD. On July 3, 2014, a surveillance camera outside a cafe in Russia captured a calm scene. Suddenly, a white van appeared, driving smoothly down the road. Then something unexpected happened. Just as it was about to leave the screen, a blue car pulled up and a man got in. In a split second, it became clear the blue car had been stolen. The car's owner chased after it, but unfortunately, he couldn't catch up with the thieves as they sped onto the highway. The subsequent encounter begins on a quiet night in Omaha, Nebraska. A gun shop witnesses the unexpected bravery of a gang. With cautious steps, 3 masked individuals enter the store through a door they have broken. They move quickly, directing their steps toward the weapons storage area. They pick up assault rifles and load them into their bags. The action wasn't over yet. After taking the rifles, their other companions entered the store. They smashed the glass cases and took every kind of gun they could find. They then fled, leaving the store in complete chaos. In the early hours of October 6, 2016, at around 2:57 a.m., a CCTV camera caught an unknown person, likely a man, attempting to steal a car in a neighborhood. Many people in this area leave their cars outside their homes at night, making them easy targets for thieves. The video shows the man moving from car to car, looking for an easy one to break into. He goes back to the first car he tried, but by then, it's too late. As he breaks the window, another person appears and tries to grab a bag from the car. However, they are quickly scared off when the car alarm goes off. Sunny afternoon at Parkside Fresno Bulldogs sets the stage for a lively gathering. Members are relaxed, enjoying drinks and conversation. As the camera pans to a member in white, he proudly displays a large object that appears essential to him. Not only one person, but also other members do the same, displaying the weapons they carry. The presence of these weapons suggests strength and solidarity among the members of this gathering. On November 21st, 2021, at 12:13 p.m., a surveillance camera outside a quiet residential building caught something strange. People walked by, not knowing an odd theft was about to happen. Suddenly, two men came up to the building. They weren't after money or jewelry, but something much more peculiar. These men, looking like regular guys, started pulling flowers out of the front garden. These weren't just any flowers, they were rare and pricey, carefully planted for decoration. Quickly, the men took the flowers and disappeared without a trace. Residents watched in shock as the two men ran off with their floral loot. The stolen flowers, worth a lot of money, haven't been found, and the thieves are still out there. The street in Wilmington, Delaware, Bennett St. Hood, is known as one of the most dangerous areas. But what happens there? As the sun shines brightly, the atmosphere on Bennett St. Hood differs significantly from the image often portrayed. People are relaxed, gathered, and enjoying their daily activities. Through this journey, we can see that the reality of Bennett St. Hood may be more complex than the popular image. While it is considered dangerous, it is also a place for many people just looking for a place to relax and hang out. Let's dive into Kensington Eve, Philadelphia, in the middle of the day. It is a neighborhood often known for its complicated images. As we go deeper, we see the hustle and bustle of this street. People gather on the side of the road, but what catches the eye is many homeless people sleeping on the sidewalk. This area is also known as a place where drug use activities take place, creating a gloomy atmosphere. This view suggests that behind the appearance of slums and insecurity, there is a community that is struggling and in need of help. On October 30th, 2019, around 11:23 p.m., something unsettling took place at a toll booth on the Rostov-Krasnodar highway. This highway is vital in Russia, connecting Moscow to southern Russia, spanning over 940 miles. But on that day, something incredibly disturbing occurred. Late at night, as three female toll booth operators were working their shift, two masked robbers suddenly broke in. One of them shattered the glass window of the booth with a hammer. The operators, shocked and scared, ran out of the booth. The robbers then stole all the money from the safes. Before they left, this happened. The robbers spilled gasoline inside the booth, showing they had planned this attack carefully. They wanted to cause even more chaos by setting the place on fire. In a split second, the entire toll booth was in flames. Sadly, pimp gangs exist in many places around the world. In Russia, prostitution is illegal and pimping is a crime. Yet, organized crime groups run sex trafficking and prostitution rings in many Russian cities, including Krasnoyarsk. On December 25, 2018, military officers worked hard to arrest a gang leader. They captured the event on their body cams. The suspect was on his way to a late-night dinner with his family when they caught him by surprise and left him helpless. As they took him into custody, they found many illegal items and firearms. This arrest led them to an apartment where they found more gang members and confiscated money, weapons, and other illegal items. On a chilly November night in Zaporizhia, shadows slipped quietly past a power tool store. It was the 5th break-in this month, and the elusive gang struck again. Inside, 17 valuable tools and a laptop disappeared into the night. The police were baffled, with no leads or suspects. Each theft was marked by the same precision and speed. Business owners already hurting from previous hits were now facing serious losses. As the sun rose, the empty shelves stood as a stark reminder of the gang's daring and successful raid. The hunt for the culprits continued, but the thieves stayed one step ahead. This man losing control is Andrei Ashulov, also known as Ashul, the leader of the Kuryginskaya organized criminal group. In 2019, this shocking video was recorded right after he was arrested in Krasnoyarsk Krai, Russia, for allegedly murdering a father of 4. Witnesses say Ashchulov shot 50-year-old Anatoly Koklov while he was riding his bike on the streets. This happened after Ashchulov had just been released from prison, where he spent 18 years for his past crimes. The video shows Ashchulov in an iron cage, wearing cargo shorts, during a tense confrontation. The situation was intense, and his wild behavior left a lasting impression. In the dark alleys of Novosibirsk, a group of friends from the Altai territory formed a gang of robbers. They started their crime spree on Russia Day, June 12th, first hitting a pawn shop and then targeting jewelry stores.
В июле, когда разбойники вновь вышли на дело, за ними уже следили. Около ювелирного магазина на улице Ломоносова в городе Обь была выставлена засада. Фигурантов задержали через...
Their biggest heist was on July 3rd, when they stole jewels worth 3 million rubles, but their luck ran out on July 23rd, when they were caught on CCTV during another robbery.
Ограбление. Еще одного участника группы полицейские задержали в лесу, где он поджидал подельников. Как выяснилось, перед тем, как выехать, злоумышленники вызвали такси в целях...
The police, ready and waiting, set a trap near a jewelry store in the town of Ob. As the robbers came out with bags of stolen goods, officers quickly surrounded them. The gang members, aged 21 to 32, now face long prison sentences and hefty fines. In Irkutsk, Russia, officers from the Special Rapid Response Unit of the Rosgvardia Directorate and the local police went on a tense mission. A young man lost his prized Toyota Chaser to a daring gang, but fear kept him from reporting it. Days passed with little hope of recovering the car until the law finally stepped in. The Special Rapid Response Unit and local police swooped in, capturing the gang in a dramatic takedown. The police body cam footage shows the officers approaching and capturing the suspects despite heavy snowfall. They tracked the gang to their residence and broke in. Right after they were caught, it was found that the gang members, aged 61, 31 and 21, have shady histories. They're tied to many unsolved crimes and investigations. Thankfully, the stolen car was recovered and is now safe. The criminals now face serious charges and could spend up to 7 years in prison. In this footage, there was a brief meeting as the police prepared for a raid to find a gang of thieves who stole 2 cell phones. It was clear that finding these phones was very important to the police. Late at night, on October 2nd, 2023, the police got a clue about where the device was likely hidden. They began the raid, searching for everyone who could be a suspect. They later brought in some suspects for questioning, and it turned out to be a real challenge. In the video, an off-duty policeman is seen putting together a gun, preparing to catch a gang of robbers.
Собранность и выдержка. Сейчас за этой стеной в квартире орудуют грабители. Главное их не спугнуть. Все готово к началу операции.
3 police officers quietly opened the door to an apartment where robbers were hiding. The officers acted quickly and smartly, catching the robbers as they tried to escape. Every robber was caught with nylon gloves, trying to leave no trace at the crime scene, but the police were sharp and nabbed them all.
Хирургические перчатки, благодаря которым преступники не оставляли следов. В этот раз оперативникам повезло, потому что взять грабителей с поличным очень сложно.
To get the full picture of this incident, you need to know this. In Russia's Irkutsk region, there's a notorious prison called IK-15. A 37-year-old inmate named Yevgeny Rilsky died in the hospital with a ruptured spleen and broken bones. Before he died, he was moved from IK-15 and left in pain for days. His death occurred just as a commission from Moscow was visiting, making the situation look very suspicious. Meanwhile, authorities arrested senior prison officials for allegedly ordering the torture and rape of 2 male inmates. Confessions suggest the prisoners were following their commands. In April 2020, a riot broke out at IK-15. Desperate prisoners set buildings on fire. Riot police stepped in, causing many prisoners to be moved to other places and leaving the prison badly damaged. This event, caught on a body cam, shows the police arresting people. "13 suspected members of a crime gang called the Athletes were arrested in Russia. This group was involved in various illegal activities across the country. On October 28, 2021, law enforcement carried out a major operation, arresting many members of this gang at their homes and in their cars. During the arrests, they found numerous weapons, drugs, and dangerous items. To understand just how dangerous they were, the Athletes gang rose to power during Russia's chaotic shift to capitalism in the 1990s. These gangster athletes started on the streets of St. Petersburg, but soon made connections with top political figures. They relied on their physical strength and a fearless attitude toward life and death, becoming brutal enforcers in the protection rackets of that time. In In a gripping moment, police were on the brink of capturing a notorious gang known for several robberies and break-ins. The body cam footage captures the scene. Officers, with steely determination, approach the suspect's door. Inside, the suspects barricade themselves, refusing entry despite repeated commands. Tension mounts with each passing moment of the standoff. After several warnings went unheeded, the door crashed open with a deafening bang from the battering ram. Rather than rushing in, the officers called on the suspects to give themselves up one by one. Armed with weapons like a grenade launcher and pistols, the criminals were swiftly apprehended. As things calm down, details emerge. 4 men aged 20 to 35, with long histories of crime. They're now looking at a long time behind bars, showing just how much risk they brought.
Второй держу! Плюс! Принимай! Кто еще вас? Хорошо, второй! Руку за...
Near the Three Cats shopping centre in Astrakhan, a gripping scene unfolded on Wednesday. 4 men, faces pressed against the ground, surrounded by a swarm of police officers. It wasn't just another arrest. The Criminal Investigation Department, with support from the elite Grom unit, had been silently tracking these local extortionists. Their target, a vulnerable 21-year-old student. For 5 agonizing months, these criminals had been squeezing money from him, threatening to reveal damaging secrets.
А чё лежишь на полу?
Я просто стоял здесь.
А лежишь зачем?
Я не знаю, но полицию я ничего не делал.
The student, fearing for his future, had already paid out 200,000 rubles, but this time, justice was prepared. As the next payment was about to be made, detectives swooped in, ensuring that justice was served. Captured on a surveillance camera, this footage shows a gang of boys attempting to deflate car tires. The incident occurred on June 17th, 2021, around 8 p.m. It was surprising to see such young kids behaving like this. The reason behind their actions remains unknown, but the camera caught them in the act. They nervously unscrewed the valve caps, trying to avoid getting caught. Although they managed to escape, the video later spread on social media, where many viewers believed the boys should face juvenile detention to learn a lesson. On the morning of October 28, 2017, at 7:33 a.m., a surveillance camera recorded a surprising event near a roadside shop and a parking lot. As people hurried by to start their day, something unexpected happened. A group of thieves broke into a nearby recreational vehicle. They picked the lock and started stealing, carrying out 3 bags of loot. The video showed them moving quickly in and out. Even though a witness tried to stop them, they got away. The incident was later reported to the police, leading to a manhunt in Akhinsk, a city in Krasnoyarsk Krai, Russia. The authorities eventually apprehended the suspects. In the video, a highway robber is seen being confronted in a van, captured on a witness's dashcam. The footage shows a man attempting to open the door of the van. It was later revealed that the robber had previously hijacked the van, leading to the ensuing incident. Despite efforts from citizens to intervene, the robber proved too dangerous. Eventually, he drove away, leaving everyone stranded with their damaged vehicle. Ironically, his stolen car was also left damaged. What should have been a typical day at a Sacramento area store turned into a horrific event. With the arrival of a black SUV parked in front of the store, the black SUV was used to ram and break the store door. This gave the perpetrators access to the inside of the store. The perpetrators immediately began the operation. They quickly and meticulously executed their plan. In no time, the perpetrators could escape, leaving the store damaged by their actions. The investigation revealed that many of the stolen firearms were found in Oakland. Surveillance captured an incident at a store in the middle of the night. A tense atmosphere was in the air as a group of people wearing black hoodies and some wearing face masks entered the store. They initially asked the store owner for tobacco, but when asked for their identities, they refused to give it.
Give me everything right now. Right now, everything.
Sensing that something was about to happen, the shopkeeper was cautious and didn't act rashly until the predictable incident occurred. One of them pulled out a gun and pointed it at the shopkeeper. They took money from the drawer and some items from the shop before running away. On the dark of night in southwest Houston, a convenience store is the scene of a reckless incident inside the store at 1 a.m. In the captured surveillance footage, two unidentified individuals enter the store and carefully plan their crime. One pretends to select items, while the other approaches the cashier with an ulterior motive. Wordlessly, one of the suspects suddenly points a gun at the clerks, forcing them to give away items for free. The tense clerks gave the suspects what they wanted. In an instant, the robbers were gone from the store, leaving chaos and fear in their wake. A night in Atlanta, a disturbance on a roadside turns into a tragedy. In this footage, a group of people are arguing with each other, increasing tension. They are seen carrying items that can be used to commit violence against each other, creating a tense atmosphere that night. The unrest came to a tragic end in May when Dominic McKibbins, an 18-year-old teenager, was shot and killed on Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. Atlanta police are now trying to identify those involved in the incident. It was an unexpected drama ensues when a reckless act disrupts everyday life in a quiet neighborhood.
I lost a goddamn mind, man.
In the bright light of day, 3 policemen arrive on the scene after receiving reports from residents. They are confronted by a man who refuses to deal with the situation. In a tense moment, the officers finally take action. A stun gun is fired into the man's body. However, the man did not give up so easily. He quickly ran away while being laughed at by the audience who witnessed the incident. Eventually, the officers were able to secure the man. Amidst the euphoria of the graduation ceremony they are about to attend, a group of young men displays something unusual.
Look, they got my doors, boy. I'm from the ground. I told you my doors gonna come. I told you my doors gonna come. I told you.
Footage shows young men excitedly gathering to attend a graduation ceremony. One of them shows off a gun he is carrying. This becomes even more conspicuous when others display the same thing.
Get up out of here. Hey, look though, look. On folks, we finna entertain y'all all
Them
fucking
extra
day,
now.
boy.
We wait on this game. You got your graduation. What you
I already been tweaking.
The existence of this footage raises a big question in everyone's mind. Was this provocative, or was there some malicious intent at the event? In the middle of a busy sunny day, a man went live on Instagram, unaware of the bad luck that awaited him.
Hey, what's going on, man? They say Souls ain't from the hood. They say Souls ain't from the hood.
In the footage, the man tries to interact with someone walking on the side of the road. However, instead of a friendly response, Soldier Boy reacts unpleasantly, resulting in the man's cell phone being dropped in the chaos. When the cell phone was dropped in the ongoing altercation, someone nearby saw an opportunity to pick up the phone. Without hesitation, he picked it up and turned off the live feed. On a sunny day in Irvine, everyday life in a jewelry store suddenly turns into a scene from an action movie. In the CCTV footage, an unexpected moment occurs immediately. 3 masked robbers enter the store with surprising boldness, turning the atmosphere tense and chaotic. They smash the glass display cases with hammers with enthusiasm, creating a booming sound that echoes throughout the store and leaves a profound impression. Unfortunately, the perpetrators are still at large and have left valuable clues for the police. A horrific incident occurred in California at a shopping mall while some shoppers were out shopping. A flash mob with well-coordinated tactics entered the mall and performed a shocking stunt. In footage from a mall shopper, a group of suspicious-looking people enter the mall while running with the equipment to perform this stunt. Their actions are swift and organized. Using the chirping of birds as a means of communication, they storm several stores in the mall. Chaos and panic were created, leaving mall shoppers and employees confused and afraid. Quiet shopping day at Oakbrook Center Mall. However, an unexpected incident turned the atmosphere into chaos. In the surveillance video, several people ran into the Louis Vuitton store, making shoppers panic. They quickly grabbed items without paying attention to the shopkeeper. These people continued their actions. The shopkeeper tried to stop them, but some thieves resisted and tried to escape. Despite the efforts of the shopkeeper to stop the thieves, some items were stolen. A shocking event quickly unfolded at an Apple store in California, causing confusion and panic among visitors to the busy Apple store. While the store was busy, a group of men quickly ran into the store. They acted quickly and organized, regardless of the people who were there. The moment was captured when the group of men continued the action, while the shopkeeper could only see and could not prevent their action. And after the action was successful, they ran away without regret. In the silence of a Cleveland night, an armory bears witness to an electrifying act of recklessness. Two black masked figures break into the warehouse in the middle of the night. Once inside, they quickly spring into action, shattering the glass where the guns are stored. In an instant, the weapons are taken and placed in their bags before fleeing into the night. This incident left the armory in chaos, with items scattered everywhere. On a night in Detroit, we explore the slums full of nightlife. The atmosphere is tense but also engaging to explore. Along the streets, we see many young people huddled together, busy with their activities, creating a unique and different image from other areas of Detroit. Driving through the dark and seedy streets, we see young men gathered together, perhaps looking for fun or to relax. However, there is an eerie atmosphere that emanates from the darkness and squalor of this area.